It doesn't take more than a creative mind and the smallest glitch to spark a rumor. In the land of Easter eggs and hidden content, one urban legend can turn the lore on its head. The reality is that gamers already spend hours combining game files for any missed detail, and that's precisely why we fell so hard for these stories. Number 1. Ben drowned. Basically, if you find a creepy cartridge out in the wild, just leave it alone. The popular legend goes that a gamer found a rogue copy of Majora's Mask and noticed a lot of weird glitches, creepy imagery, and downright disturbing messages throughout the files. The game constantly referred to him as Ben, the child who initially owned the copy before perishing in a lake. Don't worry, the whole thing was an ARG. Number 2. Ryu's Secret Battle. Not every urban legend is creepy. Some of us yearn for battle, which is exactly what 90s arcade players hoped for in Street Fighter 2. Throughout the game, there was mention of someone named Sheng Long, whom players assumed was a hidden boss battle. In reality, the name came from a mistranslation. Number 3. Polybius. Who among us wouldn't love to play a Phantom game? A game so exclusive that hardly anyone remembers it, and those who do have plenty of unwelcome memories. Well, we have some bad news. No one's played it because it doesn't exist. Some say it was CIA mind control. Others claimed men in black would frequent the arcades. Some even suffered health concerns after so long at the machine, but none of it's been proven. Number 4. Bigfoot in GTA San Andreas. We have entire TV shows dedicated to people's hunt for Bigfoot, but the fascination trickled into video games too. Players everywhere claimed they saw a strange creature roaming around the mountainside, but Rockstar has since confirmed that the cryptid isn't in the game, at least not that one. Number 5. The Madden Curse. Imagine that you're such a hotshot NFL player that you make it to the cover of Madden's latest installment. Maybe you shouldn't imagine it. Apparently, fans believe that every player who's graced the cover ends up having a disastrous season. Number 6. Pokemon Black. Well, this'll teach you not to bootleg games. Legend has it that a bootleg copy of Pokemon Red came with a solid black package instead and a new kind of enemy. Simply titled Ghost, this phantom would curse you and your beloved Pokemon, leaving you too scared to fight and eventually snuffing out your catches. Number 7. Diablo's Cows. Diablo's secret cow level is probably one of the best known urban legends in gaming. There they were, a bunch of mooers ominously hanging around. Surely if you struck them enough, a portal would open, right? No, of course not. But the franchise bought into the hoax and soon introduced axe-wielding farm life. Number 8. Sonic XE. Wasn't it enough to see that terrifying fun is infinite Easter egg? We guess not, and fans of the beloved hedgehog just can't catch a break. Hollowed out eyes, bloody levels, a haunted disc that steals your soul. This urban legend had it all, except, thankfully, the truth. Number 9. Petscop. We won't lie, it was pretty easy to believe this one. A guy popped up on YouTube with a supposedly new game that featured bizarre characters and surreal levels. The more people looked into it, the stranger it got, and even some of the biggest YouTubers covered the story. However, the game never existed. Number 10. Sad Satan. When something surfaces off the deep web, you can bet on hullabaloo. Sure enough, curious gamers watched playthroughs and risked their own consoles to walk through it themselves. One minute, it had real crime scene screams. Another, it had inappropriate photos. In reality, it was like an edgelord in game form. Number 11. Lara Croft Code. The scene is this. It's the 90s, your parents aren't home, and Lara Croft keeps scaling cliff sides in those tiny shorts. That was all it took for desperate players to punch in code after code trying to remove her clothes. Sorry kids, it didn't exist. Number 12. Lavender Town Syndrome. Lavender Town is creepy. The music is strange and the whole place feels off, especially in an E for Everyone game. However, things went a little too far when rumors spread of players taking their own lives or being driven to madness. Yeah, that didn't happen. Number 13. Kill Switch deletes itself. Hooray! A video game that deletes itself immediately after you finish it. That's what players want, right? Apparently it was. With supposedly only 5,000 copies released, this totally real game was a hit in the 80s. There's no actual proof it exists, but there is a weird amount of detail about it. Number 14. WoW's creepy children. It's never a good sign when kids randomly appear in the shape of a pentagram. Spotted in Goldshire and Elwyn, players could catch 6 NPC children idly standing around. Things only got worse when people stood in the middle of their pentagram, cue the screams and freakish sounds. Number 15. Berserk was cursed. Unlike other games on this list, Berserk is real, and unlike other legends, some of the terrible stories are true. In 1982, 18-year-old Peter Bukowski would tragically lose his life playing the game. Autopsies later revealed pre-existing conditions, but many claimed it had to do with the game itself. Number 16. Herobrine. You know, for such a kid-friendly game, Minecraft has had its fair share of scares. Herobrine was perhaps the biggest. In 2010, an infamous 4chan post kicked off the legend, stating that a weird character with white eyes would stalk his game. It wasn't actually true, but that didn't stop fans from running with the idea. Number 17. Fallout 3's predictions for the future. Three Dog never knew peace again. Rumors spread that if players snuffed out the radio host, they would then hear an odd sequence of numbers on his station. Deciphering them led to a bunch of eerily accurate premonitions that then caught like wildfire in the fandom. Of course, none of it was true. Number 18. Luigi's Shadow. It's not enough that Luigi lives in Mario's shadow, we just had to make up stories about his own. Armed with nothing but the poltergeist and trembling hands, our favorite plumber braved plenty of ghosts on his own. But in certain situations, lightning would strike and cast his shadow. One, people said looked like him dangling. It was just a glitch. Number 19. Pale Luna's coordinates. We weren't sure what to expect when someone named Pale Luna started following us around. Well, it wasn't anything good. She'd tail you until the game's finale, you digging into a very specific spot, at which point coordinates spit out of the ground. If you searched them, they had a pretty disturbing find. Number 20. Squall isn't actually alive. Final Fantasy VIII was so massive that it was actually printed on 2 discs, and with such a cliffhanger after the first one, a lot of fans speculated that Squall never really met his end. Instead, the whole second disc is just his dream. That's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.